So it says, a first yet crucial step for more consciously spending your money. Be cognizant of the pattern. Die Muster. Fauth-Bühler suggests identify the triggers. For example, a selling season, eine Verkaufssaison. I'm going to be honest, I had a little trouble finding a direct equivalent to this word in English. Obviously, literally translated, it's selling season or selling period, but I had kind of a tricky time figuring out what that actually meant in this context. I don't know if it's like used for specific industries or maybe it's like a selling period for businesses that are that are only temporary throughout the year. That can be the only logical conclusion, because if you're a full-time business, wouldn't every season be selling season? Like, you wouldn't really have seasons. Or maybe it refers to something like an amusement park where technically it's a year-round business, right? They still have marketing and people who are on the payroll full-time, but the park only operates in the summer and fall months. So maybe it's something like that, like the selling period. I don't know. And I just want to make that disclaimer. I don't know, so I don't feel comfortable interpreting a word from the source text that I don't know the meaning of, or that I don't know what they're trying to convey with that particular word. So that's where I stand on that. So we're just going to go with Verkaufssaison, selling season. And situations, for instance, a shopping spree after a rough day, that cause you to impulsively spend money and try to avoid these. Nummer 3. Nicht alles mit Karte bezahlen. Immer wieder zeigen Studien, wenn wir mit Kreditkarte zahlen, denken wir weniger an den Preis, setzen das Einkaufen nicht mehr mit dem Bezahlen in Verbindung. Unser Gehirn verknüpft das Zücken der Geldkarte direkt mit einer Belohnung, eine Konditionierung, die wir teuer bezahlen. It says, number 3, don't pay for everything with a credit card. Starting to sound like Dave Ramsey up in here. Chop up your credit cards. I can't do a southern accent to save my life. Studies show time and time again that when we pay with a credit card, we don't think as much about the price, and we no longer associate the purchase with the payment. When we whip out our card, the brain directly associates that with a reward. A quite expensive conditioning. Yeah, for real. Nummer 4. Keine unrealistischen Sparziele setzen. Don't set unrealistic savings goals. This is a big one. I definitely agree with this one. Der Umgang mit Geld lässt sich nicht über Nacht ändern. True. Ein Fehler. Zu viele oder zu unrealistische Sparziele. Professor Fauth-Bühler, der Versuch, zu viele Impulse auf einmal zu kontrollieren, erhöht das Risiko des Scheiterns, was zu einem möglichen Fehlkauf führt, den man später bereut. Stattdessen empfiehlt sie, Sparziele in kleinere Meilensteine zu zerlegen und diese möglichst konkret zu formulieren. It says, the way you handle your money can't be changed overnight. One mistake is too many or too unrealistic savings goals. Professor Fauth-Bühler says, trying to control too many impulses all at once increases the risk of failure, which leads to potential irresponsible purchasing which you later regret. As an alternative, she recommends breaking down savings goals into smaller milestones and formulating these as specifically as possible. Vorteil. So können Sie ein Sparverhalten entwickeln und zur Gewohnheit machen, das sich am Belohnungssystem orientiert und, weil es automatisch passiert, weniger Aufwand und Energie erfordert. Das nimmt den Druck, der mit aktiven Überlegungen und Sparentscheidungen verbunden ist. Guten Tag, Leute. Ich bin gerade aufgewacht an diesem schönen Sonntag. And yeah, let's resume with the article. So I believe we left off with this paragraph, and so this says the advantage here is that you can develop a savings behavior or a savings mindset and make a habit of orientating that towards a reward system. And because this happens automatically, less effort and energy is required. This takes away some of the pressure that comes along with active consideration and savings decisions. Menschliche Gehirne sind nicht dafür gemacht, zu sparen oder kluge Finanzentscheidungen zu treffen. I know that's right. Professor Faulkner says, quote, sofortige Befriedigung liegt uns einfach näher als warten und damit als Geld zu sparen oder zu investieren. Die Psychologin schlägt vor, definieren Sie Ihre langfristigen finanziellen Ziele. Nutzen Sie etwa digitale Tools, bei denen das Sparen automatisiert erfolgt, zum Beispiel Beträge in Unterkonten regelmäßig und automatisch beiseite gelegt werden. It says the human brain is not designed to save or make savvy financial decisions. Professor Faulkner says immediate gratification is simply more natural to us than delaying it, for instance, by saving or investing our money. The psychologist suggests define your long-term financial objectives. Make use of some digital tools which allow for automated savings. For instance, where amounts are automatically and regularly set aside into a separate account. Yeah, I think that's another good tip, and that's so true what she's saying here about, delayed gratification. I think especially in today's culture, just with social media being as prevalent as it is, we don't have a savings mindset. I mean, we are taught both directly and indirectly. Our brain is trained to want to buy things just for the sake of giving the appearance of affluence and prosperity. And so many kids would rather, spend their hard-earned money on things like clothes and, cars and trips, and, it's not realizing the earning potential and the growth potential of that money should they invest it. So I think this is an especially pertinent point to make here about immediate versus delayed gratification. Der Schlüssel laut der Experten, quote, das Erreichen von Zielen führt zu einem sofortigen Gefühl der Befriedigung. Aufgrund eines Prozesses der positiven Verstärkung, der zu einem Dopaminausbruch führt, wiederholen wir eher das Verhalten, das zu diesem Erfolg geführt hat. Letztendlich fühlt man sich in Bezug auf die eigenen Finanzen besser, weil man die positiven Emotionen des Sparerfolgs damit verbindet. So it says, according to the expert, achieving goals results in an immediate feeling of satisfaction thanks to the process of positive reinforcement, which leads to a dopamine hit. We're more inclined to repeat the behavior that led to this outcome, or this result. In the end, you feel better when it comes to your own finances, since you associate them with the positive emotions of successful saving. Und zum letztens,
Der 5. Schritt: Kontrolle über die eigene Umgebung. Control over your environment. Es kann so einfach sein. Ein Tag im Wald oder im Park hilft beim Sparen, denn wer zum Beispiel in der Natur spazieren geht, verbringt den Tag nicht im Shoppingcenter. Der Kaufimpuls, dem man vielleicht nicht widerstehen kann, kommt sogar nicht erst auf. It says it really is that simple. A day in the woods or a day in the woods or in the park helps with saving. After all, going for a stroll in nature, for example, keeps you out of the mall, or the shopping center, as they refer to it. The impulse to buy something which perhaps can't be resisted never even arises in the first place. That's true. That's true. I mean, these are all little tiny things you can do that truly make a difference. Und was ist mit Online-Shopping? And what about Online-Shopping? Wenn es ums Bestellen und Bezahlen am Laptop oder Smartphone geht, machen sie es sich so schwer wie möglich. It says when it comes to, ordering stuff and making payments on a laptop or smartphone, make it as difficult as possible for yourself to do so. Kartendaten, persönliche Angaben, Passwörter für Online-Shops nicht speichern. Automatische Bezahlfunktionen deaktivieren. Wer jedes Mal die Daten raussuchen und eintippen muss, ist bald so genervt, dass die neuen Turnschuhe vielleicht doch nicht so schön, das Handy im Sonderangebot noch nicht billig genug ist. It says, don't save credit card data, personal information, passwords to online shops. Deactivate automated payment functions. So that could be something like, how Amazon has that one-click feature where you can literally just click a button and it completely expedites the whole purchase process. I think that's a smart feature and also a very dangerous feature, especially if you're me and you're addicted to online shopping. But it's also really convenient, and so I'm glad that they at least have it available to consumers. But I think that's an example of one of these automated payment functions that you can do away with if you're having trouble with some online shopping compulsions. Not judging you, we all go through stuff. It goes on, having to dig up the information and type it in each time soon becomes irritating. Maybe the new sneakers aren't that nice. Perhaps the cell phone on sale still isn't affordable enough. And then we have a little graphic down here, which just talks about ways that you can save around the house. So können Sie im Haushalt sparen. So let's look at some of these. So let's start here at the top with Arbeitszimmer. So this is like the office or the working area. Strom sparen, den Computer nach der Arbeit immer ausschalten. So it says, save on electricity. Always turn off your computer after working. Kommen wir mal zum Schlafzimmer. The bedroom. Heizung sparen. 2 Grad weniger merkt der Körper gar nicht. It says saving on heat. It says the body doesn't even notice when it's 2 degrees lower. It's a few bucks, few euros right there. Wasser sparen. Kürzer duschen und Sparduschkopf einbauen. So it says Badezimmer in the bathroom, so you can save on water by installing a water-saving shower head. That obviously sounds a little more expensive and not as easy, but again, that's another option. So there you have it, 5 mind tricks for saving money. Vielen Dank alle fürs Zuschauen, and I will catch you in the next one. Tschüss.